4 p.m. on September 11, 2001, the FBI's Minneapolis field office asked permission to interview Zacarias Moussaoui a few hours after the end of the 9/11 attacks, where permission is denied, apparently on the grounds that there is no emergency. On 9/11, the office's counsel, Khalid, seeks permission from the acting U.S. attorney to question Moussaoui about whether al-Qaeda has any further plans to hijack airliners or otherwise attack the United States in a second wave. The next day, she asks again. This time, the request is sent to the Justice Department. Such questioning would not usually be permitted, but Rowley argues that it should be allowed under a public safety exception. However, permission is denied, and Rowley is told that the emergency comment, quote, "We were so flabbergasted about one fact. We were told no public safety existed just hours after the attacks that my boss advised me to document it in a memo, which became the first document in the legal subfile of the FBI's Pent Bomb case," end quote. According to the Washington Post, dated September 2nd, 2002, some sources will suggest that Moussaoui was to be part of a second wave of attacks. He is also an associate of the shoe bomber Richard Reed, who will attempt to blow up airliners later that year. From the FBI New York field office, they learned that one of the hijackers, Khalid al-Mihdhar, was also inside the United States well before the attacks. One of these FBI agents had attempted to get permission to search for Khalid al-Mihdhar in late August, but was not allowed to do so. He wrote an email on August 28th predicting that someday someone will die. The public will not understand why we were not more effective in throwing every resource we had at certain problems. He would turn out to be Steve Bongard. He would later testify that upon seeing al-Mihdhar's name on one of the passenger flight manifests, he angrily yells, "This is the same al-Mihdhar we've been talking about for 3 months prior to the attacks." In an attempt to console him, his boss replies, "We did everything by the book." Now that this upset agent is allowed to conduct the basic internet search for Khalid al-Mihdhar that he had been denied permission to conduct before 9/11, he finds that Khalid al-Mihdhar's address within hours, for it was public. The FBI field office in San Diego also had not been notified before 9/11 that Khalid al-Mihdhar and Nawaf al-Hazmi had been put on a no-fly watch list on August 24th. Bill Gore, the FBI agent running the San Diego office on this day, later makes reference to the fact that Khalid al-Mihdhar's correct phone number and address was listed in the San Diego phone book, and says how we could have found these people when we didn't know we were looking for them. The first place we would have looked is the phone book. And I submit to you, we would have found them.